Hey guys, how are you? This new setup, we will try it. I'm not thrilled with the camera. Um, I don't know. What do you guys think? Let's see. How's everybody's Monday going? My professor emailed and said there's no class today because she's sick, which is fabulous. That means I don't have to go downtown. It means no protesting today, and it's a beautiful day out, but it means I don't have to go downtown. So health is nice. And this is weird, guys. I've got some chafing. Hi, Melody. How are you? I've got some chafing under my breast, right where my bra hits. It feels like it's been raw. It hurts when I touch it. So I was going to try not to. Wow, I can't believe there's 9 of you here already. Hi, IMI. Hi, Fuzzy. Hi, Amy. Wow, you guys. So I'm really glad that I don't have class today because I can live without going to class. Especially because putting on a bra to go out of the house would have really been uncomfortable today. Hey, Evie, how are you? Are you guys following each other all over the internet today? What's new? I saw Mexican long hair out there for Jay's um restraining order hearing against Curtis Johnson, the Scientologist who attacked him. So apparently he did get a restraining order placed against um Oregon Valley girl. Do you need more subs? I play with this new system. Hi Lila, how are you? Hi Sunrise Dawn. Subs, let me know and we'll drop your link in the chat. Absolutely. Athlete's foot powder, Amy. I think this one snuck up on me unexpectedly. I am almost out of my container of athlete's foot powder, but that is what I usually do for my fupa and for under my breast. It really, really hurts. So I was gonna not go to school over it today. Um, Hi, commenter. No, I didn't. They took a beating in court today. Of course, this made him so mad he pulled down his pull-ups and mooned us all. Funny, funny. Be nice, wouldn't it? So it is a beautiful day in Portland today, but I don't have to go out because okay, Oregon Valley girl. Okay. When you are, I'm here. I'm here. We'll get you some subs and get you ready to go. See you, CUL Blue 64. Howdy, how are you? We are going to talk about this blog post that Stephanie wrote. And I think that I've got things set up so that you guys can read it at the same time. So tell me Can you see it? Look at me, guys. Is my computer lagging or you guys aren't chatting? So, because I don't have more than one screen, I need to I am multi-talented. But I only have one screen, so I won't be able to see it while I am reading. So make sure you ask questions without pronouns while I'm going through this, and I will come back and read read the questions, assuming I don't know if I can scroll the questions. I'm worried I'm not going to be able to scroll the questions, guys. Oh, maybe I can do it that way. Yes, I can do it. Okay. There we go. Trying to finally make it work. Okay. So, said April 21st, yesterday, Stephanie made this post, and I think it's important right off the bat to take a look at, well, maybe we can't see him. That's the picture she had there. Let's read this. I want to find this one important. Okay. So, let's read this. Scientologists are taught that they are superior beings to the rest of the world. Using techniques designed to isolate members from the outside world, scientists are taught that WOGs. Whoops, I shouldn't have said the word. Damn it. She shouldn't have written the word. Hubbard's derisive term for non-believers are out to them. They believe, her writing is unclear. They believe that those outside the bubble want to destroy Scientology, the only good thing on this planet, and mankind's only hope. So that's what Scientologists believe that we want to do. Scientologists regard non-members with scorn, condescension, and wary tolerance. I don't know that wary tolerance would be, but whatever. Their duty is to save us in spite of ourselves, ungrateful and ignorant as we are. Such an reality is one reason it is so difficult to convince a cult member to leave. Now, I don't know, guys. We've got a never end telling second gens how to protest here and telling second gens what Scientologists think. I don't know. I have a problem with that already. Already preconditioned to suspicion and smug superiority, Even the calmest attempts at logical discussion will be met with resistance. Well, there's a terministic screen there, I think. Even the calmest attempts at logical discussion will be met with resistance. Already preconditioned. I mean, what she's saying is there's no way to get through to them. Even the calmest attempts at logical discussion will be met with resistance. Exactly. We can't. They're taught they're superior beings, and they look at us with condescension. So the us versus them mentality is one reason it's so difficult to convince a cult member to leave. But also, they are already preconditioned to suspicion and smug superiority. So it's not just the calmest attempts, it would be the screamiest attempts. Scientologists are better than normal people at dealing with people screaming awfulness at them because they do training routines specifically to learn, practice how to deal with that kind of action. So, already preconditioned. That's the whole point. They're preconditioned. You guys, I haven't read this ahead of time. I just saw it and saw a few people were talking about it. Cat AC/DC fan, hey. No discussions whatsoever, IMI. Yes, Layla, too. Big Chief, we can't make sense out of nonsense. Probably not, but you know me, I'm gonna die. So, one of the best attributes of Leah Remini's Scientology in the Aftermath was hurling accusations against the Church of Scientology. Each show presented a personal account of loss, pain, and abuse in a way that was emotional rather than confrontational. It was provoking and human rather than angrily accusatory. Okay, it was, but it was an audience that was packaged for an audience who wanted to learn about the abuses of Scientology. That was not the protesters, the second gens, the third gens. That was not them actively protesting. That was them bearing their souls. And according to some of them, it was incredibly traumatic the way it was done for Scientology in the aftermath. So one of the best attributes about it, it also is also one of the things that seem to be most hurtful for people. The aftermath provided factual information from sources in such a way that should a Scientologist on the fence happen to watch an episode, it would be less and in your face and more food for thought and consideration. Tears fell rather than fists raised. Indeed. Activism since Remini's multi-award winning documentary has been, for the most part, about exposing the fraud, abuse, crime, and deceit of this so-called church. Focus has been on the policies and actions by the cult. Former Scientologist Debbie Cook understood this approach, using facts to expose the issues. Her letter to her fellows was not angry or accusatory. Rather, it appealed to Scientology's own belief system in seeking change. That is one way of protesting. I think Nora had a lot to say about Debbie Cook and this portion of Stephanie's blog. yesterday. So if you haven't listened to Nora yet, please go take her in from yesterday. I think it's right. I think that that is one approach. But I think that there are many, many people in Scientology, and everybody didn't leave. So that approach doesn't work with everybody. Debbie Cook's letter did not cause everybody to leave. So clearly other approaches are needed. Over the years, this exposition of Scientology's reality has begun to crumble away at the cult's foundations. Membership is down, revenue is shrinking, and people are challenging the practices now that they know what to look for. Is Scientology done? No, but there has been progress. There has been progress. But there is a big but in here that she didn't put here. Angry attacks, hostile comments, shouting abusive recriminations at individual Sea Org or non-involved passerby as they walk down the street is not only counterproductive, but worse, it is solid proof that never-ends are evil and not to be trusted. That may be, but we have heard from many Scientologists that it was protesters asking questions, it was protesters offering up information who made a difference for them. And nobody's how people say no. Nobody gets to do that, especially not never ends. We do not get to say one word about how ex Scientologists protest the cult. We are allies to ex Scientologists, and we should be taking our lead from them. And granted, there are a lot of ex Scientologists who don't like the protesting, but my assessment seems to it appears that there are many more Scientologists who do like the protests. As a never in, even I know that in Scientology, literally everything is carefully controlled information. Every member is not privy to every detail. The left hand may not have the rank to know what the right hand is doing. One executive is in the dark while another has knowledge, and even that is carefully controlled. Indeed. The question is who's doing the controlling, but that's a whole nother rabbit hole. Whether the right hand or the left hand knows what it's doing, the Sea Org woman covering the front desk in LA probably has no idea about the accusations being hurled at her. What accusations? An accusation that she's a Scientologist? All she knows is that she's going to be in trouble because while these angry people are outside the door, her stats are going to be down for the week. Okay. Hold up. I got to come back to y'all for this one. Oh my God. The Sea Org woman covering the front desk in LA probably has no idea about the accusations being hurled at her. All she knows is that she's going to be in trouble because while these angry people are outside the door whose stats are going to be down for the week. So what are we supposed to do? Their stats up for the week? Their stats are supposed to up for the week? I don't see her point. She probably doesn't have any idea about the accusations being hurled at her, but things are being said, other accusations. Okay. So she answers my question there. Do we need to discourage the public from interest in Scientology? Absolutely. Is fury the way to accomplish it? Absolutely not. I don't understand what fury has to do with discouraging the public from interest. Does the grandstanding and theater of confrontive drama garner views and attention? Indisputably. Well, that's true. That's true. It does garner views and attention. It does something else. You'll see me? Hey guys, I'm back. We're going back to the other way because it crashed. The other one crashed. So we're going to go back to Stephanie's blog. Yeah, I was concerned you couldn't see you. Okay, so I'm just going to have to read it out loud, you guys, and not show you. Why am I this way? Well, that's annoying. Hold on. Okay. Now I'm not sideways. Nice. Now we can get back to where we were. Yeah, I wish there was some hold music. Amy, how's the garden? It's beautiful out there. Okay, there is a wrong way. Sorry you guys can't see it. My little PC is just not good enough to go. So I am gonna star some comments so I don't lose them, guys. Hold on just a second. Hi, Kimmy Mac. Jan, I tend to be kind. Sunrise Dawn, I'm sorry. Now you can see me. Now I'm sideways. Now I'm not sideways. I don't think this problem was me, Wolf Machine. I think this problem was me. I don't think it was YouTube. Hi, Miss Kim. How are you? Yes, Sunrise Dawn. A link to Nora's live yesterday where she talked about this same blog that I'm going over, and she had a bunch of information about what Nora thought about Debbie Cook. Manuel, hola, ¿cómo está? Okay. So, former Scientologist Debbie Cook understood this approach, using facts to expose the issues. Her letter to her fellows was not angry or accusatory. Rather, it appealed to Scientology's own belief system in seeking change. Right? So that's fine, but not everybody left as a result of Debbie Cook's letter. So clearly, the calm, rational approach doesn't work on everybody. Over the years, this exposition of Scientology's reality has begun to crumble away at the cult's foundations. Membership is down, revenue is shrinking, and people are challenging the practices now that they know what to look for. Is Scientology done? No, but there has been progress. Okay. So this is where we were. The Sea Org woman. Do we need to discourage the public from interest in Scientology? Absolutely. Is fury the way to accomplish it? Does the grandstanding and theater of confrontative drama garner views and attention? Yes. Yes, it does. The grandstanding and theater of confrontive drama garners views and attention. Exactly. And not only that, what it does it's changing the way community organizing is done, you guys. What we are doing is community organization where people are able to protest vicariously through one protester. And as the audience grows, me going out, Streets LA going out, MD Media 18 going out, all of us who go out and protest. When you guys come along, that's that many more people protesting. And as more people join, we are crossing over and finding similar purpose with the Second Amendment protesters, Big Chief. And we are or First Amendment protesters, rather. Second Amendment. First Amendment protesters, First Amendment auditors. We are finding common ground with them, and we are finding common ground with people in the lifeboat community. So it does indisputably drive views and attention, just like the Aftermath show did, for fuck's sake. Okay.
Is it going to affect long-term change or help someone in crisis right now who is struggling with the decision to leave the cult? How could it? Well, I don't know. How could it? I don't even understand her writing here, but okay. How could it affect long-term change? She's not actually asking. She's going to tell us how it can't. Fluffer, you're here. Fluffer, that was the other thing I was going to show. Fluffer, you missed it. I used my other computer for about 2 minutes, and I was showing the screen at the same time that I was talking, but my computer isn't strong enough to do it, so we had to go back to the iPad. It couldn't affect long-term change. So this protesting, according to her, there's no way it will affect long-term change. Outside of Scientology, the world is bad. Non-members want to destroy the one hope this planet has for salvation. Isn't it? Were you really, Fluffer? You were talking website updates with the wonderful Z News KC? That's so great. I can't wait to hear about website updates. Sunrise Dawn, go ahead. We will be fine. What this? Okay, so guys, this is where I really wanted to be able to show the pictures. What reinforcement of this belief could be more effective than seeing dozens of angry, shouting people outside your building? Would you trust anyone to help you if you looked from your window and saw this? And the picture she's showing is a picture that looks like this. It's more this way, though. I can't hold my fingers right that way. And my understanding is that Jenna Miscavige drew that picture of the hand giving the Scientology building the finger. So now we have a Never-In telling Jenna Miscavige how to protest. And then she asks, in the end, is this really any different than this? And she's got a picture of the Basilica of the Immaculate Conception with spray painted graffiti that says Satan lives here. Now, I would say it is different. It really is different. First of all, for starters, Satan lives here is in graffiti, in paint, on the building. It says the example that she's giving, she is contrasting a chalk drawn picture of the middle finger with on the sidewalk on public property. She is comparing that to graffiti in spray paint on a building. That is different. I'm sorry, guys, they're different. I know that there's debate about this. I know there's been debate about it, but I am still not big on defacing public property. That is a line that I'm not going to cross. It's not my thing. Defacing property is not not a thing that works for me at this time. However, I'm not telling other people how to protest. I will say, I think putting Satan Lives Here in spray paint on the church is probably uncool. I would really rather they did it in chalk. But even in paint, it will come off. And so if it isn't different, what's the point? The church, the Catholic Church, needs to be protested. The Catholic Church needs to be protested. People were protesting the Catholic Church for years before all the information about the priest's abuse came out. And they were arrested. So what is the difference? The difference is the Catholic Church has been held accountable or held to account to some greater or lesser extent. It still exists, but it is the Catholic Church for I was going to say for Christ's sakes. It is the Catholic Church. It's been around for 2,000 years. I don't think it's going anywhere. However, they have been held somewhat to account, whereas the Church of Scientology has not been held to account at all. And the protests against the Church of Scientology are much less, I think, than have been much less than writing Satan Lives Here in paint on a church. I just think they're very different. So let me star some more comments here and go up to the top and see what you guys think. Nico Yeggs Squirrel, it's a pleasure to have you here. Nice to meet you. Okay, so let's go back to the top. Starred. Layla, I read Blown for Good. One of the things that got to be a seed of doubt in Mark's ear, ironically, was listening to KFI Radio's John and Ken show. They had the most irate and bombastic shows ever. There you go. There you go. How the fuck does Stephanie Hutchinson know what's going on in every individual currently in Scientologist's mind that will get them out? I tell you what, if we had that power, but there isn't going to be one thing. Everybody's going to come out for a different reason. Mike Rinder didn't come out until his head was on the chopping block. And his head being on the chopping block is why he came out. Now, you can think what you want about Mike Rinder, but Stephanie, who is good friends with Mike Rinder disproves the entire point she's trying to make. The kids have been denied a voice all their life. How dare they want to use their own voice in their own country, in their own fucking way, Oregon Valley girl, right? Right? It's over the top, Stephanie. It's over the top. Have any of you looked at her book? She's got a book. There's some ex-Scientologist, Kat says, that say those in only hear the yelling. That's what they're programmed to hear. So it all works in different ways. That's really interesting, Kat. I hadn't heard that, but it makes sense that they only hear the yelling. They're not going to hear the calmer voices. They completely ignore me when I talk to them nicely. So, or at least some of them do. Not all of them. I've gotten engagement, but it takes everybody. It takes everybody. The point of protesting is to be persistently present to plant the seeds. Yes. And, the point of protesting, part of the point of protesting is garnering support from the community. And we've got huge support from the community. People walk by and they know us now. They tell us stories. They give us thumbs up. They do all this stuff because they're starting to know that we're going to be there. Kimmy Mac. Comment. I don't like all the protesting methods, but I'd never tell another streamer how to protest. As long as the message is on point, should be the focus. We will likely never know what will click. Right. Exactly. Exactly, Kimmy Mac. We're never going to know what will make a difference for somebody. So it takes all kinds. It takes all kinds. And that's why I've got another I did another live stream on why are we protesting? What are we protesting for? Because I think it's important that everybody be really clear what they're protesting for. What is their goal? My main goal out there is to raise awareness and send a message that there is a way out. That is my goal. People might have other goals, and that's okay. It's okay to have a goal to tell Scientology to suck it. I think that's a valid goal. I think that's really important for some people, and it should be allowed. Every time you listen to Nora, I think of things to put on a sign. Amy, right? Nora's got the best idea for signs. She really does. She really does. I made a new sign. I can't wait to debut it. I've been a little scared to take a sign all by my little self down there. But maybe I will. Maybe I will. We will see. I was surprised to hear Nora say this email wasn't against Scientology, just Davy. She's been held up as a martyr sometimes. I was disappointed in her. Do you mean, what's her name? What's her name? Debbie Cook? Debbie Cook, is that who you mean? I bet you that's who you mean, Miss Kim. I've been disappointed in her too. Oregon Valley, Valley girl. Clearly things are getting through because the protesters in LA are outlasting the idiocy of their uplines inside. We trust them more than Scientology does. That's their problem and our win. Yes. Yes. Things are getting through, indeed. Now, Fluffer Squirrel UK's page. Has anybody, Fluffer, have you dropped the link for your new page in the chat? Because you really, really, really should drop the link for your new page in the chat. Oregon Valley Girl says there's even a live spot on Fluffer Squirrel's UK page with little cars to see travelers. So impressive. Scientology is toast. Indeed. I love Fluffer. I love the feature and ZNews KC as well. Both of you. I love the feature of being able to just see who's live. I think that's great. I really love it. It's really informative. It absolutely will affect long-term change, says Miss Kim. It's shining a light for people that ignore the Church of Scientology or don't know about it, and you can't ignore people standing on the street, channels on YouTube or TikTok. Exactly. More and more people are hearing about it. More and more people are knowing about it. And the majority of people are not impressed with Scientology, but they're just not actively opposed. And so it's not that difficult to explain to people what we're looking for and hope that we can get it. Layla, right? She is COB's niece. I'm just floored. I just have no words. Stephanie is taking Jenna Miscavige to task. Is there rank? Yeah. Yeah, there is. There is rank. I don't have the rank. I am just an ally. I don't have the rank to tell Jenna fuck all about how she protests. I am only an ally. I tell you what I do know how to do. I am a white girl I am so white. I know how to be an ally. I know how to fight the fight too. I'm disabled. I'm a woman. But I do know how to be an ally. And being an ally means that I'm not in charge. I'm following the rules set up by the other people who are impacted most. And I don't get to have a say in how they protest. Jiminy Christmas. The streamers show a wide variety of emotions while protesting. If that isn't relatable, I don't know what is. We also don't get to tell people how to express their thoughts and feelings. Wolf Machine, that's a really interesting perspective. The streamers are all really different. It's just a wide variety of people. I am still trying to figure out a way to tie something about the work I'm doing with Scientology into my paper on sociolinguistics. And the streamers showing a wide variety of emotions is another interesting angle to take. I need to write it down, so give me just a moment, Wolf Machine. Streamers showing a wide variety. See, I need to get better at writing things down. Do any of you guys have trouble writing? Thank you for that, Wolf Machine. That's a very interesting point. I liked that a lot. What I saw, Miss Kim says, what I saw when I'm assuming Jenna, did that was someone being healed from her trauma to be able to stand in front of flag and draw that gave her strength. Yes, exactly. Exactly. It's artwork and it's in chalk. It's going to wash away. It does rain eventually in Clearwater. And you know what? Scientology, they have these hoses. They have hose tech. And they think it's going to beat the chalk tech. We got lots of chalk. They probably got lots of water. We're probably going to call the fight a draw, but it does just wash off. She calls herself a journalist, Wolf Machine. I don't think so. An Oregon Valley girl? Exactly, because politely asking gets people everywhere. Exactly. Exactly. Oh my goodness, you guys. Yes, you can do it at the end of my live, Fluffer. Hey, 86 GOP. Protester for every personality. There you go, Paraditology. 86 GOP, I'm not monetized yet. I appreciate that. I appreciate it so much. I'm not monetized yet, and so I have a buy me a coffee if you want to support us. I would use the royal we. I would really appreciate it. Thanks so much. Paraditology, my goal is that they remember me. That's a great goal. I like that goal. The Big Dog Music, welcome. How are you? Paraditology has reached that goal. Indeed. Indeed. That's a fake 86 GOP account? That's interesting. How do you know nothing but love? Yes, you meant Debbie Cook, Miss Kim. Okay. Fluffer, we can do it at the end of the live. That's fine. I love Fluffer and Xenu KC's Space app too. It's super awesome. Yeah. Yeah, it's really wonderful. It's great. Now the next thing they need to do, Fluffer Squirrel, the next thing you and Xenu's KC need to do is make it into an app. Not that we need an app because, It's just there as a website, but then we could say there's an SPTV app, and I think that would be cool. You had to change your picture because the spoofs copied your original picture? Okay, 86 GOP. I don't know you, so that's okay. You're welcome. I'm glad you're here. I'm just going to hope that everybody else knows you well so we can figure out it's really you. Someday they may forgive you, but they'll never forget you. There you go, Paraditology. Cat ACDC fan, I'm not sure what Kim clarified, but I think that's you guys chatting. Oregon Valley Girl says, plus, Scientology has made a point to raise people like super beings. Why would they think they're snowflakes all of a sudden? Excepting little ones, of course. Love that double narrative. Exactly. Exactly, Oregon Valley Girl. It's so weird. Why do we need to treat them like they're just fragile? They're not fragile. They're not fragile. They can take the yelling. They expect the yelling. They expect the yelling, which is why I don't yell, because they expect it. But who am I to tell anybody else how to do that? Not my place. Not my place. Nothing but love. Okay, Fluffer, will you take care of 86 GOP? Miss Kim is sweet and informative and gets the people to come to her. Yes, exactly. The organic new vocabulary from Confident Chris. I haven't seen this, Fluffer. Do tell. Tell me all about it. You used to write compulsively. After treatment for OCD, it stopped. You actually kind of miss it. I have. It is the hardest thing for me to do, to write. To sit down and keep a journal is like water torture for me. It is the hardest thing. And I'm really coming to the realization that if I want to continue to get better, I need to start journaling daily. And it's just really hard for me, guys. It's just really hard. I don't know what the deal is. Nothing but love. I agree. Fluffer Squirrel is all that and the bag of chips. All that and the bag of chips. Power to Jenna. Amen, Kimmy Mac. Amen. All out there to teach and inform in so many ways. Exactly. Xenews Casey is a web developer, but you could ask. I think it would be just, I mean, you could ask. She might be able to do it. Building apps is not that hard, and all it would really be is an app that took you to the website automatically. But yeah, it would be cool. It would be cool. Susan, hey, how are you? Good to see you. Right, Layla? Oh, got it, Fluffer. Got it, Fluffer. Whales, dolphins, duckies. Chris is amusing as fuck. Layla, they are not fragile. They get treated horribly inside Scientology all day long. What those who are in need to know is there is help here on the outside. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what they need to know. Lexi Ann, the cult members already think we're disgusting. They are told that. So a few people yelling at them is not going to change their opinion of us, but perhaps hearing what is yelled will. They're going to have that opinion of us no matter what we do. So then why does it matter what we do? I don't I I can understand feeling like the protesting is abusive to the people and heckling and harassing of the people we're protesting against, of the Scientologists. But I can understand feeling that way. But what I can't understand is not realizing that they all think that we're useless and worthless anyhow. And so it doesn't matter what we do. Anything we do is going to be seen as wackadoo crazy. Mindy's phone number jingle. I haven't heard Mindy's phone number jingle, but we need a phone number jingle. We do need a phone number jingle because the phone number is hard to remember. They didn't think to get an easy to remember number. 1-800 SPTV out. I don't know, something like that. Something like that would be cool. So, there we go. I do have a homework assignment that I need some help with if anybody wants to stay and help me with my homework assignment. If anybody has any ideas. There is Fluffer Squirrel's link. This is the end of the meat of the video, but you guys are all welcome to hang out. So, for my class on sociolinguistics, I had to survey 5 people about their bilingualism using an instrument that was provided for me, a questionnaire. Kimmy Mac. Oh, link to Mindy's jingle. Thank you, Fluffer. The protest is not just about getting folks out. It's about forming everyone in earshot of the abuse. Yes, it is. Indeed, it is, Kim. It's about all kinds of things. The protest is about empowerment. The protest is about saying no. The protest is about spreading awareness. The protest is about expressing distaste. The protest is about expressing anguish. The protest is about communicating that there's help to everyone. Music is the universal solvent. You think it's better? Not Scientology music, parodytology. Scientology music is not a universal solvent. The Scientology music, well, to be fair, it was a 90-minute clip of the song that they just had on a loop. A 90 minutes. A 90-second clip of the song. "90-second clip of a song that was on loop. It was something else. It was awful. And I'm really glad you guys don't get to hear it. You could go over to the Scientology.com website and hear plenty of it. You returned the favor in Austin. You played music for them, Parodytology. Lisa Love, thank you for letting me know about the troll. It did seem a little strange, somebody walking in and immediately saying they couldn't find my super chat button. People don't usually do that. What did you play for in Parodytology? while you're answering, I will tell you about my homework question. So I had to administer this questionnaire to 5 people who could speak more than one language. And then I had to answer I had to kind of sum up each person that I interviewed, and then I had to answer a series of questions about the questionnaire and how it was to administer it and what my opinions were. All original Paradox songs. Lovely Paraditology. It was brain melting, Evie. Yes, it was. Kat, I think you're right. I think sometimes it's more important for people in the area to hear about the abuses. And the more we're down there and the more they see us and the more they walk by, the more interaction we have with them, the stronger we get. Parody songs. Hey, Jen, how are you? Parody songs. Paradox songs. I was like, Paradox songs, but cool. Paraditology, I have apparently not watched you enough. I will spend some more time on your channel. Whole entire songs? Okay. I will spend some more time on your channel, Paraditology. Lisa Love, I thought it was you who said that we had a troll. No, it was Nothing But Love. It was Nothing But Love that said it. Sorry, Lisa. It was Nothing But Love. I'm getting messed up on my loves. Sorry, though. You're at work, so commenting randomly? Okay, we'll take you commenting randomly. So the last question for my homework asked, well, let me find it. Let me see if I can find it. That's not it. It must be put away. '86 GOP was apparently a troll. That's what.
Here's what I
That
found.
is what Nothing But Love said. Yes. Yes, Susan, I think '86 GOP was a troll. That's what Nothing But Love said. So the last question I'm supposed to answer. How might such an instrument as the questionnaire that I asked to all the multilingual people who spoke more than one language, how might such an instrument be useful in a pedagogical situation? Briefly imagine and describe a particular pedagogical situation you have been in or might find yourself in with some relevant context before providing a paragraph or two of discussion about that specific context. You had to ban the troll account. How did you know it was a troll account? Nothing But Love. It's a really good troll. So that's the question I need to answer. And I'm not quite sure how to answer it. How might this questionnaire be useful in a teaching situation? How might such a questionnaire be useful in a teaching situation? Briefly imagine and describe for me a teaching situation you have been in or might find yourself in with some relevant context before providing a paragraph or two of discussion about the specific context. They're asked, yeah, it's applied linguistics, Wolf Machine, so she wants me to apply it. But the questionnaire fucking sucks. The questionnaire was designed for use in a classroom with international students. So these are people who are bilingual as a result of coming to America. This questionnaire asks questions like, what language did you first learn to speak? Do you still use that language frequently? Can you carry on a casual conversation in that language? Can you discuss academic or technical work in that language? Well, for 3 of my 5 interviewees, they answered all of those questions in English because their native language is English. I didn't create the questionnaire. No, it was a questionnaire that was given to us to administer. And I don't like the questionnaire. So all I know, so the situation that was described, that's a pedagogical teaching situation that it was used in, is it was used in an environment with international students to help them learn about bilingualism. That is probably the angle to take, to start with the already pedagogical explanation that I have in the context that it was in, and just build off of something like that. What does that sound like, guys? It's unfortunate that he has a troll account. That's not fun for anybody. Yeah, Wolf Machine, that's probably what I need to do. That's probably what I need to do. Okay, guys, I think we're mostly done talking about Stephanie's blog. I wish the girl would seriously stop telling people how to protest. It's not a good look for a white girl. Not a good look. Really bad look. I don't know what the deal is. Very frustrating. Has anybody read her book? Apparently she has a book. It's the first Minnesota goodbye, you guys. Wow, she does have a book. Yes, she is. She is, Oregon Valley Girl. That makes me really annoyed. 86 has a troll because he's so generous and gets a lot of attention for it, so others want that too. Okay. Okay. So let's see what this book talks about. Scientology is a mysterious and confusing organization. Deliveries here? Good, Jen. What are you getting? Scientology is a mysterious and confusing organization. Are they a religion? Are they a cult? The face they present to the public is one of a benign humanitarian organization, albeit one with some quirky beliefs. This book strips away all the cover stories, revealing the dangerous truth. This is a cult motivated by paranoia and greed, founded by a mentally ill con man that deals in abuse, lies, and fear. Written by Never In for Never Ends, this is a primer intended to explain some of the strange concepts, reveal the insidious policies and practices, and strip away the false face Scientology shows to the world. It's $10 for her paperback. Have any of you guys read it? Weed? You get weed delivery, Jen? How do you get weed delivery? I want to hear about this. Steak and Eat It Too is not on the menu? Oh, Fluffer, really? You were unapologetic me and was devastated when a troll took the same name and was saying stupid things. You came back stronger than ever. There you go. We like Fluffer Squirrel. I'd hate if there was ever a Fluffer Squirrel troll. Cake and Eat It Too is not on the menu. Jen, I don't know how you get weed delivery. Are you in Washington? Do they have weed delivery in Washington? Now I'm bereft. Although I have no need for weed delivery. I like Fluffer Squirrel better too, Miss Kim. I do. I like Fluffer Squirrel too. Massachusetts. Really? So in Massachusetts, you get weed delivery. They would need to be a dedicated troll, Fluffer Squirrel. They would need to be a dedicated troll. I like Fluffer Squirrel better than Unapologetic Me, I have to admit. You haven't read the book, Susan? She wants $10 for it, but it's free on Kindle Unlimited. Shall I buy it? It's a debit card ATM transaction loophole. Nice. I can't get weed delivery where I live. I mean, I probably could, but then I'd be buying not from the state. It's probably cheaper, but I don't know where to find somebody to buy it from. See you later, Amy. Glad you were here. It's always good to see you. And you wouldn't waste your time or money? I was going to ask if you guys wanted me to buy it and we could read it just for funsies. But her reading is not so funsies to read. So unless y'all are dying to read more Stephanie Hutchinson. So, I don't know how many of you heard, I don't have class today, so I don't have to go downtown, which is really kind of nice. I really should go downtown and protest. Please no. Please no. Okay, Miss Kim. You guys are hilarious. We will not subject you to any more Miss Stephanie Hutchinson. Did any of you guys know her before? Did any of you guys know Stephanie Hutchinson before all the craziness went down? Has she always been this crazy and it was apparent, or was it just out of the blue a surprise? You had a troll on the LA protesters site saying horrible things about Aaron. Oh, good. None of the watchers cared. I'm sorry you had a troll, Cat ACDC fan. That must have felt awful. Just shut up and go away. I do too. I do too. I'm gobsmacked that I'm just gobsmacked that she's still on the Aftermath Foundation board after all the attacks that she's done, and Aaron was kicked. Not that it's not for the best, but it's just this weird double standard. Jen, Stephanie Hutchinson was a really active, never in supporter who has been around for something like, I don't know, guys, 5, 6, 7 years. She's been around for a long time. Long enough that Aaron regarded her as a friend. That's how long she's been around. The book that I was talking about, the date on the book is 2019. So she's been around for at least 4.5 or 5 years. Really active. And when everything went down with Aaron, apparently clearly she took Mike Render's side, and then ended up, although what went down between her and Aaron and how their relationship was busted is unclear, because they did it through texts and messaging. And so it was unclear. But their relationship fractured, and they both say it's the other one's fault. Which is fine. He said, she said, what the fuck ever. I don't care. It's fractured. It doesn't matter how that happened. And she has since been appointed to the Aftermath Foundation board as a never-in, and has been actively writing blog posts and Twitter posts harassing Aaron, the protesters, Liz Gale, Nora, all kinds of mess. So that's who Stephanie is. Does that help you guys? Ms. Mandy McGee, how are you? She does obviously think she's better than all of us and doesn't hesitate to tell us how to act. Yeah, she seems to be the appointed never in, right? She thinks that she knows. I mean, that book would kind of be interesting to read. What her thoughts and opinions are about Scientology 5 years ago. It's 5 years old, guys. That's a long time. You know what I got, guys? I got yesterday lamb lung. Orion, come here. Come here. And he still won't come. But he'll go eat the treat. But he doesn't want to come. Okay, guys, so I think this is time for the second Minnesota goodbye. She's a Facebook friend of yours? I kind of want to see what she posts too, Mandy. That would be cool. Did you know her before all of this stuff went down? Let me see if I can get him to come. Pop, pop. Come here. Come here. Come here. Oh, puppy. I'm sitting right next to the crate that he's been in for the last hour. So he's not so keen to come over here. Come here. Hold on just a second. Okay, turn the camera back on. There he is. There that pretty boy is. You got him right to his nose. Right by his nose. Oh my goodness, guys. Here. Hey. You want to get down? Okay. That's all she wrote, Kat. Sorry about that. That's all she wrote. We need to work on the training a little bit more. She was in your suggestions and you added her just to see if she'd accepted. She accepted? That's interesting. She's in my suggestions too. Maybe I'll add her and see what I see. That would be interesting. I don't post anything about my Scientology stuff. I don't know. She is sewing up in my suggested friends, though. Oregon Valley Girl, what do you mean? Stephanie also gives us an opportunity to recognize the behavior and let it scrabble by. I don't understand what you mean by that. Mandy, I have no doubt that no one will ever stop you from protesting. I mean, I don't... Even if it doesn't accomplish anything for taking down Scientology, it has accomplished creating a community to support ex-Scientologists. And that is incredibly valuable. That is incredibly valuable. When I was looking for... When I went online to the library looking for academic references about Scientology, I didn't find very many. But one that I did read talked about oh, Kat, tell me what I defined. You're going to get ordained, Jen? That's so cool. That's really cool. I forgot completely what I was saying, guys. I'm not even high. Can't remember shit is bad. I got distracted. Tell me what I was saying, y'all. Stephanie's clearly... Oh, right, Kat. What we're all about is a community. Exactly. Stephanie is clearly uninformed and uninterested in learning what the real situation is, so we can recognize the fair gaming and let it scoot by like Gollum with his precious. Exactly. Just like she's going to do her shit. She's going to do her shit. Oh, I know what I was talking about. The academic articles. Sometimes you feel like a mushroom, being fed a bunch of shit and being kept in the dark. Personally, I feel it's better to talk to the person rather than talk about them. Which person, Peter? We do all have the same rights, and we should all have the same religious rights. Absolutely. Absolutely. So I was looking for academic articles, and one of the articles was a critical response to Jenna's biography or autobiography, I believe. It is rather most useful to talk to people rather than about them. I agree. I don't have the opportunity to speak to Stephanie Hutchinson And she did put it out in a public venue to be responded to. So I guess I'm talking to her. And if she wants to respond, she will. Mandy, do you realize that what the word gossip used to mean? Does anybody know the linguistic history of the word gossip? We talk about how being a gossip is bad. We think gossip is a bad thing. We're not supposed to gossip. But the history of the word gossip was women's best friends. Gossip was the term for a woman's best friend. She's my gossip. And so Stephanie could be here now. How do we spread news without gossip? Exactly. Peter, I'm not coming at anybody with hate. I'm just saying I don't understand a bunch of shit and that I don't think it's her place. She could totally respond. Where does it end? Where does it end? It's communication. The cycle shouldn't end. If there are people Orion thinks there's somebody at the front door. Sorry about that, guys. It's all communication. Protest is a form of communication. Protesting is simply saying no. That's what it's doing. Thank you, Jen. Yeah, I assume she's in good faith making comments that she's making. I just don't understand her point. And I think that it's disrespectful to the second gens for a never in to commentate. Is that a word? To comment about how a second gen is protesting. You're welcome to your opinion, Peter. Mike Rinder didn't have to do what he did, and everyone is allowed to talk about how they feel. Exactly. I am allowed to give my opinion in response to a blog post that was put out to the world for everybody to see. Where does it all end? I don't know. It's communication. It doesn't end. Hi, I am I. So this critical review of Jenna's book was not specifically related to her being in Scientology per se, but it was talking about how Scientologists are able to exit a world of being abnormal and become normal, which is unlike other minorities. Most minorities are not able to exit the world of their minority and become, quote, normal. So it's very interesting in what it had to say. I'm not sure why I brought that story up now. I don't know what the end goal was, but I found it really interesting, and I hope you guys did too. I can reference the paper if anybody wants them. You have several books on the topic, Peter? That's cool. I've tried to grow shrooms 3 times, and I have failed every time. I kill plants, I kill mushrooms. Yeah. Any hints are appreciated. I bought kits that were already inoculated and it didn't work. I don't know what I did wrong. Apparently, I put them in the wrong place. Miss Kim. Also, if they would stop attacking and just do the work of the Aftermath Foundation, we wouldn't have anything to talk about. Exactly. Apparently, the work of the Aftermath Foundation is now screaming at people to stop protesting. Except Claire interviewed, name's coming to me, cute little blonde girl. What's her name? LA protester. Jessica. Thank you. Jessica Palmadessa. Thank you, Mandy. Wasn't going to get it. Claire interviewed Jessica Palmadessa. Thanks, Cat ADC fan. Thanks, Miss Kim. If you start none, it won't be done. But if you start it, finish it. Gen X. There you go, Jen. If you start it, finish it. Hey, Sissycat girl, how you doing? We are just closing up. I think we're on our second Minnesota goodbye. How did which go, Miss Kim? I've lost the plot again. Sissycat girl, we were just talking about Stephanie Hutchinson's most recent blog post. The interview. Which interview? Oh, the interview between Claire Headley and Jessica Palmadessa. I got it, Kim. I think that Claire doesn't know what swatting is, for starters. I mean, it was an okay interview, but it was nothing earth-shattering. But Claire did an interview with Jessica. So if they're screaming about the protesters, obviously the Aftermath Foundation is not in agreement in their opinions. I don't know what the deal is, but I thought they had, again, we'll go back to the beginning. I thought they had a clause that said in their bylaws that said no Aftermath Foundation member is allowed to attack another anti-Scientologist. And that's how they got rid of Aaron. So it just seems internally inconsistent, and thus I have questions. I'm just as glad they got rid of Aaron. I'm not like saying they need to take Aaron back or even they need to get rid of Stephanie. I'm just saying they're really inconsistent, or it appears so. And maybe they should address that. Miss Kim, did I answer your question about Claire and Jessica? I think it went okay. I think that Claire seemed pinched. And not her normal. I mean, she was more reserved than normal, is what I thought. They didn't have shit to say about protesters until they started sharing SPTV Foundation instead of the Aftermath Foundation. I don't know. That may be. I'm happy to share both. Yeah, I don't know that you need to watch. I mean, I don't think she did Jess justice. Jess is great to watch, and I don't think it was that. I don't think it was all that in a bag of chips. It was me. It was me. If you like Jessica, then there might be reason to, but they didn't click really. So I don't like watching interviews where there isn't some sort of rapport and understanding between the players, and Claire not understanding what swatting was made things uncomfortable a couple of times. The key word is foundation, known to also be a SAM, kind of scored of based upon various intel. Yeah, foundations can be a scam. I don't think the Aftermath Foundation is a scam. I think the Aftermath Foundation and SPTV Foundation, for that matter, are both created by and run by people with very little experience interacting with, being a part of, and running a nonprofit. And as somebody who has been a part of, been on the board of, and run and been involved with nonprofits all my life, it is very clear that these people don't know how to run a foundation. SPTV Foundation, a little less so, because Aaron's got the extra experience of already having done it once. And the way he broadened out and made the board larger was very wise in his part. But we need to remember, guys, that when the Aftermath Foundation was created several years ago, apparently Aaron couldn't get people to sit on the board. And so he asked Mike and Mark and Claire, because they were the people that were willing to sit on the board. And apparently, according to Aaron, he and the other guy he created it with did the majority of the work. Ellie, hi. Room raid from Windy City Thetan Watch. That's so nice of you all. Welcome. Welcome in. Please like and subscribe. We have just been, hi, no one. How are you? It's good to see you. Luis Garcia. Exactly, Peter. Thank you. Thank you for that name. Aaron and Luis Garcia did all the work. Exactly. Fuzzy Pink Handcuffs. Thank you. It's so nice to see you. We were just on our, I think it was third Minnesota goodbye, talking about Stephanie Hutchinson and her most recent blog post. I found this on the web. We are definitely gossiping. We are gossiping about Stephanie Hutchinson and whether she is out of line telling second gens how to protest. Ellie, you came here. No, Fuzzy came here too. You both came here too at the same time. But Ellie, I saw you later. You earlier too. Everybody's stalking everybody. We're stalking and gossiping, you guys. Stalking and gossiping. It's the worst. It's the worst. So yes, we are gossiping about what Stephanie had to say. I know you're playing with Fuzzy, Ellie. I was trying to play too. I'm sorry it fell flat. She is out of line telling anyone how to do anything. I am floored that a Neverin was trying to tell Jenna Miscavige what artwork is appropriate or not. Does it get any better than stalking and gossiping? Absolutely not, Kat. Absolutely not. The reality is there is rank. I'll say it again. I've said it and said it. No one is stalking you too. F. Stefto protests work. There you go, Windy City Thetan Watch. There you go. I think people like gossip. I think people like gossip. Gossip used to mean a woman's best friend. All it does is make protesters mad and more determined. Exactly. Exactly. So I've said it before and I've said it again. If we're never-ins, we are allies. That means we need to behave like allies do. And that means we need to that the ways the second gens and the first gens and the third gens, the ex-Scientologists, the way that they are protesting is their way of protesting. We don't get to comment on it. That is out of line. That's not the job of allies, is to tell the affected people how to protest. When Scientology is squeaky clean, we'll shut up. Yeah, I'd be happy if they got their tax exemption revoked. And I think, how did the Catholic Church get taken down? How can we break through this secrecy? How did Keith Raniere and that cult get taken down? How did we find out the information? And why can't we take down Scientology? What is so different? What is so different? Because neither the Catholic Church had protesters, a lot of protesters. But Keith Raniere's cult NXIVM didn't have protesters, so far as I could tell, and they were able to take them down relatively quickly. What is the deal with Scientology that they can't do the same thing? She needs to stop calling herself a never-in and start calling herself a wished I was in. Something like that, Fuzzy. Something like that. It sure feels like that sometimes, doesn't it? I remember somebody else going on about that she doesn't get to adopt the trauma of ex-Scientologists. And it's really true. We just need to remember we're allies. She's an ally too. She doesn't get to police other allies, and she doesn't get to police the ex-Scientologists. Maybe a formal future string discussing allyship would be interesting with prep time. Jen, would you like to help me work on that? That would be really, really great. I think discussing allyship is really important. And since I'm a never-in, that's the only way I have to think of it, is it as an ally. No, Jen, I think you're completely and 100% wrong. I'm sorry if I make anyone mad, but my opinion, no one, not even another gem, has the right to tell a gem how to protest, because in their protest they are processing their pain and trauma. Exactly. That is exactly correct. Everybody is doing their own thing. Yeah. But I don't get to tell second gems they can't do that, is I guess my thing. Like, that's between them. I am not going to weigh in on that discussion more, except to say maybe we oughtn't. But I think that that's a discussion they get to have, of what are the ways they want to protest and what are the ways they don't want to protest. That is a discussion for them to have internally. And then we follow their lead and do what they ask. Plus, when women talked at the fire, we knew which camps had bears. So yeah, exactly, Oregon Valley girl. Exactly. I'm glad I made a good point, Sissa Cat girl. I can't remember what it was, but thank you. Ask activists from other spaces for objectivity, but compensating any labor done. That might be interesting, Jen. That might be interesting. I like that idea. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Yeah. You want to join, Mandy? Okay. Okay, we'll do it together. We'll do it together. Oregon Valley girl, you too? Okay. Maybe we'll have an online discussion. What do you guys think? Hold up. Narcissists use gossip as a way to trap others into believing lies. I think there's telling lies, and then I think there's gossiping. I don't think gossiping is telling lies. I think they're two different things. Gossiping is about sharing what's actually going on, especially amongst women. It's keeping people updated as to who's doing what. And there are ways for it to go wrong, but that doesn't mean the conversations themselves are wrong, if that makes sense, IMI. Allie's saying hi to Susan. You know why Oregon said bears, I think? Okay. No autonomy, that sounds familiar. Good, Mandy. I'm glad you'd love it. Sounds great. Let's find at least one second gen to be our advisor. I could really use one since I have become involved with serious anti-Sciento issues behind the scenes. Looking forward to notification. Okay, everybody who's interested in this little being an ally project, send me an email so that it can get coordinated. I can't be the one to coordinate it, guys. My brain is too divided at too many different things already. But I love the idea of finding a second gen to be our advisor, and I think we should talk about who we want to do that. Yeah. Yeah, but I've got some ideas. I like it a lot. I think saying others are gossiping is an empty threat. Everyone says you, not the gossip itself. Yeah. It's not gossip, but communicating different opinions and ideas. Other people's opinions of me are none of my business. Exactly. Hey, Carrie Ann. Hey, Lori. It's so nice when people know. Lisa Love. I plan on reaching out to second and third gens. I can let them know about this plan, Carrie Ann and Mandy McGee and others. That would be great, Lisa. I'd be really interested in reaching out to Nora since she's been so proactive about communicating ways to protest that are useful. But if you guys have other ideas of second gens or third gens that you think would be great that you want to reach out to, that's cool too. I think we spread a wide net and see what we catch. That sounds like a good conversation to have. This gossip is not the type of gossip that's being negatively referred to. Exactly no one. Exactly no one. The movement is not coordinated. No, it is not coordinated. We're just talking about allyship. That's all. No one. You're a second gen? I didn't realize that. Welcome. We're glad you're here. Nora is amazing. She is. What's your game, girl? Can anybody play? That's right, Cat AC/DC fan. Not everybody knows. Every time Reese and Tommy are together and Reese calls out my name, Tommy sings it, and I chuckle and wonder if Reese even knows the song. Someday I'll have to let her in on the little... Oh, my mouth gets so dry, you guys. My mouth gets so dry. Yeah, I think Nora is amazing. She's got a lot of good information to share. So send me emails. I will I hope to hear from everybody. This is a fourth Minnesota goodbye. I think what we've decided is we're going to talk about allyship with a bunch of people and then maybe have a live stream about it. Is that right, guys? Hey, Carrie Ann, what's your game, girl? Can anybody play? That I started too low. Hey, Carrie Ann, what's your game, girl? Can anybody play? You guys don't want to hear me sing? You don't want to hear me sing? Yeah, I'm so impressed. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Ellie, a panel. Yeah. A panel is a better word for what I was thinking. I think it would be great. We could have, it sounds like we've got 5 or 6 people. Let's talk about it, figure out what we can figure out, and get her done. Allyship is an amazing subject. Wow, thank you guys. 22 of you here for almost the whole 2 hours. Guys, here's the news. Guess what? I have broken through 2,000 watch hours. It's at like 2004, but doesn't she look so much happier? I don't know what happened, but she does look a lot happier. Do you know what happened, Sissy Cat Girl? Anyhow, so I've broken 2,000 watch hours, which means only 1,000 watch hours left to go. It took me 3 months to get, thank you, Lori. It took me 3 months to get to 2,000 watch hours. Thank you, Lisa Love. Do you have my email, Lisa Love? It's in my about, but here it is too. Just make sure you see there's 3 N's in the N. Otherwise, I won't get it. I should put 3 N's in my screen name. Then people would notice it more. Okay. I think I was talking about something. I forgot what it was. 2,000 watch hours. It took me 3 months to get 2,000 watch hours, so it should only take another 6 weeks to get the next 1,000. Hopefully less. Hopefully we can do it in 4 weeks. Hey, Susie, welcome. How are you? You got it just as our 4th Minnesota goodbye. I was talking about where the channel is at. We just hit 2,000 watch hours. Took me 3 months to hit 2,000 watch hours. I expect it to take 4 to 6 weeks for me to hit 3,000 watch hours. I'm glad you're good, Susie. And by that time, I will have gotten to my 1,000 subscribers. Although I don't need, I only need 500 subscribers for the first monetization goal. So the first thing we'll have the first thing we'll be able to have is merch. Well, I'll be able to have super chats too, but those are up to you guys. Membership's up to you guys, only if you want it. Yes, Ellie, exactly. I will send out a group email and make sure I put everyone in the BCC line. That was already my expectation. A little extra money. That would be nice. Yeah. A little extra money. If I put it BCC, then it's going to be me coordinating it. Who's coordinating? I'm not coordinating. Lisa Love is coordinating. She's sending the email. So we're almost there, and we'll be able to have Portland Squirrel Squad shirts, you guys, or hoodies, or sweatshirts, whatever you want. But Portland Squirrel Squad is coming up, and I'm still thinking about Proud Degraded Being. Yeah, Susie, exactly. Not turning down money, even if it's 15 cents an hour, 15 cents a day, 15 cents a week. I'm not going to turn it down. It will add up. Besides, I'm having fun doing this. Anyhow, that's where we stand. Portland Squirrel Squad, Proud Degraded Being. There was another one, but I can't remember what it is now. You're not having work email flashback? Sorry, Jen. It was your idea, though. Maybe we could get some disability advocates to speak. Jen? Okay, guys. 5th Minnesota goodbye. We are on the cusp of ending the stream. Thank you for your help with my homework. Post BCC disorders? Yes, Jen. Look after the pennies and the pounds will take care of themselves. Exactly, Peter Anderson. Exactly the Hollies. Exactly the Hollies. That song came out, I think, the year I was born. And my mom's name is Anne. And she always wanted to be a Carrie, so she named me Carrie Ann. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Thanks for being here. I can't believe that there were almost 20 of you here for the whole time. Invisible disabilities, indeed, pup. Mine are invisible too. Jen, in the email, it's 3 N's, but for realsies, it's 2 N's, and for my mom, it's 2 N's. See y'all later. Oh, Lori, you're very appreciated. Kat, I love all you guys back. I can't believe all the support you give me, all the help you give me. My grades are helping me study. It's just amazing. So we will see you. Tomorrow is going to be a study stream. Jen, we're going to go back to that paper from 1992, and I need to tear it apart with the study guide. So there might be a study stream and protesting tomorrow. We'll have to see what the weather's like. See you guys all later. Catch you on the flip side. Bye, Fuzzy. Bye, Jen. Email the ref. I'll email you the reference. Got it, Jen. Oh, where are we rating? Lori? Thank you. Fluffer, are you still here? Susan? Anybody? Do we have a mod? Who's live, Jen? We have this new fancy website. What is it? sptv.space. Let's see who's live. Natalie Webster, indeed. Let us. I'm back. We're going to go raid Natalie. There you go, guys. Oh. You guys want to raid? Okay. I should wait. Nobody else can put a link in, though. Bye-bye. We'll go raid Natalie. See y'all later. If you want to raid Eric, tell him I sent you. Bye, everybody. Love you.